Hi, my name is Dillon Dulak. I work with Denton ISD. I'm going to be your social worker for today. What's your name?
Isabel.
Can I shake your hand? It's really nice to meet you, Isabel. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that anything we talk about is going to stay between us unless I hear that someone is harming you or you plan to harm someone else or yourself. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to start with hearing maybe in your own words what you think you're here for today.
My teacher calls me disrespectful. Sometimes she says that I've been acting a little disrespectful towards her. I guess I can kind of see it, but I don't really agree with it.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you don't think that you're disrespectful in your class at all?
No, not really.
Okay, could you maybe think of an instance that your teacher might think that was disrespectful towards her that maybe you wouldn't consider disrespectful?
Well, okay, so I guess what started this whole thing, and I guess why she asked me to be here today, is that I kind of called her an asshole in front of the entire class.
Do you maybe want to explain why that happened?
Well, she just likes to pick on me. I always feel singled out, and she'll always, point to me to answer the question, even if I don't have my hand raised. And there have been times where she's called me up to the whiteboard to write down an answer, but I clearly didn't know it. I didn't volunteer, but she made me stand up there for a few minutes until I guess she saw fit, and then it was just really embarrassing.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you don't quite agree with the way that she talks to you either.
No.
Okay, and do you think that has to do with why you may have called her that?
Well, yeah, you get picked on so much, it's kind of, almost like you get to a breaking point, and I was having a really bad day already that day.
Do you maybe want to talk about what else was going on that day that made you do that?
Yeah, so my mom was sent to a mental institution a few months ago, and it's just my dad and my sister at home, so just 3 of us at home now. And earlier that morning, me and my dad got into a little bit of an argument because he doesn't let me see or visit my mom.
It sounds like that's weighing really heavily on you. Were you and your mom close before she was sent away?
Oh yeah, we were super close, and it's really frustrating that my dad doesn't let me go visit.
Yeah, and it sounds like that his doing that is making your relationship with your dad a little unsteady.
Yeah, I mean, we had a good relationship before all of this happened, but I guess I just keep getting angry with my dad just because he won't let me see her, and he's kind of just acting like she doesn't even exist.
Has he expressed any reasons as to why he might be keeping you from her?
Well, he says he's doing it to protect me and protect my sister, whatever, but I don't get how that's protecting us, because I really miss her. I would really like to see her, and I've had a tough time without her, and it's really frustrating that he doesn't see that I'm having a hard time without her.
Yeah, I can see how that would be really frustrating and upsetting. Do you think that your sister is feeling the same way that you are?
Well, she's older than me. She's in high school. She has her sports in all the clubs that she's involved in, so I haven't really noticed it that much. We don't talk about it as much as I guess we could. We don't see each other that often just because she's busy with a lot of other stuff.
Okay, so it seems like you're not really close with your sister or your brother or your dad at all.
Well, I guess, yeah. We have a fine relationship. It's not like, I don't like her or anything, But I guess we aren't that close.
Were you closer with your mom before she was sent away?
Oh yeah, she's probably the closest one I was with in the house.
Okay, so you're just really missing her a lot, it seems like.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
what about friends or other groups or communities that you're with, church groups, anything like that?
No, we're not involved with any church groups or anything like that, and
Do you find it difficult to make friends?
Yeah, you know, I just kind of think some people are stupid, and you know, it's kind of, you know, like, I don't want to be around them.
Yeah, so it's hard to find someone that you click with.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you've been suspended a few times. So this behavior that your teacher deems disrespectful something that's been going on for a while, or were your other suspensions about something else?
I mean, she can say all she wants. I mean, maybe it's been going on for a while. I don't agree with how she speaks to me, and she doesn't agree with how I speak to her, so we kind of just we don't like each other.
Okay, so it seems like there's a lot of disconnect between you and this particular teacher. Is that correct?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, I guess.
Okay, I'm going to switch gears just a little bit and go over this patient health questionnaire with you. It's basically just to help me get a better idea of your mental state right now. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you, there's 9 questions,
Okay.
and you're going to answer over the last 2 weeks if you felt these emotions, not at all, several days, more than half the days, or nearly every day. And I'm going to give you this so that you can remember those.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to start off with little interest or pleasure in doing things.
Several days. Yeah.
Do you have any hobbies that you like to do, or anything you do outside of school for yourself?
I mean, if I'm not at school, pretty much just at home, you know. I don't like dealing with my dad. We kind of get into arguments a lot, so I just kind of keep to myself in my room. I'll be on my phone, my computer, whatever.
Would you consider your room like a safe space for you, where you feel safe and comfortable?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. What about feeling down, depressed, or hopeless?
Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't say hopeless, but I guess I feel down several days.
Okay, and would you attest most of that to your mom being absent right now?
I mean, I've had a lot more harder days since she's been gone. Yeah, especially since I can't see her.
Okay. What about trouble falling or staying asleep or sleeping too much?
Oh, I definitely have problems staying awake during class. So probably more than half the days.
More than half. And do you think you're having a hard time staying awake because you stay up too late, or do you have a hard time falling asleep?
I have a hard time falling asleep. It's kind of hard to shut my brain off sometimes.
Okay, so you just got a lot of thoughts going on.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see how that would be difficult. What about feeling tired or having little energy? I know you just answered that you fall asleep sometimes in class, so.
Yeah. So probably more than half of the days. Yeah.
What about poor appetite or overeating?
Definitely had a lesser appetite. I don't think I overeat, so probably several days where I don't eat as much as I'm probably supposed to. I skip breakfast a lot.
Okay, and were you doing that before your mom got sent away, or is this a recent thing for you?
I guess it's more of a recent thing ever since she's been gone.
Okay. What about feeling bad about yourself, or that you were a failure, or have let yourself or your family down?
I definitely reflect on, failing myself a lot, not so much my family. So, several days, I guess, I have those thoughts.
And in what ways do you think that you have been a failure to yourself?
Well, I didn't mention this earlier, but I'm failing a couple classes, and just with my mom being gone, and all the schoolwork piling up and catching up to me, it's kind of hard to stay on top of everything, and I get those thoughts in my head of like, well, why can't you just do it? And so I make myself feel bad because of that, and then that just makes me not want to do the work.
Okay, but it seems like you really want to do the work and you want to do better at school than what you're doing right now.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm doing the best that I can.
Yes, of course.
Right now.
Yeah. I mean, you do have a lot going on, and it's understandable that you might be slipping a little bit in other stuff that's not involving your family.
Mm-hmm.
What about trouble concentrating on things such as watching the TV?
Probably several days.
Several days. What about moving or speaking so slowly that other people could notice, or being fidgety or restless?
No one's ever told me I'm slow or talking slow or anything like that. If anything, people say that I move around too much and I can't sit still. Is that what fidgety means?
Yes, that's definitely what fidgeting means. have you tried fidget toys or anything to keep your hands busy while you're in class?
You know, I don't mess with any of those fidget toys, whatever. I feel like that's for kindergartners. But I just play with my hands or tap my foot,
Okay.
something like that.
And does that help you focus a little bit better in class?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Not so much though.
It's good that you can self-regulate a little bit while you're in class.
Mm-hmm.
This is the last question, but thoughts that you would be better off dead or of hurting yourself?
Oh no, never.
Okay, that's really good to hear. So that's all of those questions. I do want to circle back to your family relationships really quickly. Are you close with anyone else in your family, like grandparents, anything like that?
Well, the one set of grandparents that I was really close to, that was on my mom's side, and they actually passed away. So I took that really hard. The only other family that we had are the grandparents on my dad's side, but they live out of state. We don't see them that much. We don't have that close of a relationship. They don't come to visit. They just send me some presents every once in a while.
Okay, well, I'm sorry for your loss and that you don't have a close relationship with your other grandparents. So it really just seems like you have a lot going on with your mom and that you need some more community in your life. I would love to see you again in a week. Do you have any questions for me before we depart?
No, I don't think I have any questions.
Okay, it was really nice meeting you, Isabel. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too.